In the quiet coastal town of Mornington, Australia, Anna Kemp shared the exhilarating news of her pregnancy with her closest friends and family. Expecting a baby boy who would soon become the cherished younger sibling of her firstborn child, Gracy, Anna was brimming with happiness. She desired more than one child, determined that Gracy should not grow up as an only child. In March 2004, Anna, her husband, John Sharpe, and their adorable daughter Gracy relocated to a new house at 116 Prince Street, Mornington. Little did they know that the Sharpe family would soon be enshrouded in one of Australia's most haunting mysteries. On an ordinary morning, Anna dropped Gracy off at her childcare center, leaving her in the capable hands of the caregivers. Throughout the day, she maintained a cheerful demeanor, chatting with friends and even speaking with her mother in New Zealand. However, as evening fell, a series of bewildering and harrowing events began to unfold. At 8:24 p.m., Anna called a close friend, her voice filled with a haunting intensity that would stay etched in her friend's memory. It was a seemingly ordinary conversation, but those who knew Anna would remember her words in the days to come. A few days later, Anna made an unexpected call to her health insurance company. She was eager to ensure that her new baby would be covered by their family's health plan. The call appeared to be routine, but it held a hidden urgency, a sign that Anna's world was about to unravel. Anna's friend Samantha Jeffrey had plans to meet with her later that week, and she marked the date on her calendar. However, the world would soon shudder beneath her feet when she received a call from John Sharpe, her friend's husband. The words he spoke were anything but ordinary. He revealed that Anna had left, not only with another man but also with a heart-wrenching abandonment of their little Gracy. The shockwaves from that revelation would reverberate through the close-knit community in Mornington. In the days that followed, the mystery deepened when a TV antenna technician arrived at Prince Street for an appointment that Anna had scheduled. As he stood at the door, John Sharpe seemed reluctant to allow him inside. What the technician found curious was the presence of an older man lurking at a distance behind John. There was something unusual in his demeanor, a hint of fear, but the technician didn't grasp the gravity of the situation at that moment. In New Zealand, Anna's family grew increasingly concerned as their attempts to contact her went unanswered. Anna's mother, Lily, in desperation, shared her fears with the parish priest, Father Tony Harrison. During their conversation, Lily's phone rang, and it was her son-in-law, John, on the line. What John Sharpe confessed sent shivers down Father Harrison's spine. Anna, he said, had left him for another man, who he claimed was also the father of her unborn child. This shocking revelation would set off a chain of events that would grip the nation. With Father Harrison's permission, Constable John Woodhouse was contacted. He initially considered that Anna's actions might have been driven by the weight of societal judgment and shame, particularly concerning her Catholic upbringing. However, as days turned into an agonizing silence, doubts deepened. Concerns escalated, leading Constable Woodhouse to investigate further. The constable managed to trace Anna's local health center, revealing a disconcerting detail: she had expressed her disappointment in John's response to her pregnancy. Those who knew Anna found it hard to accept that she, a devout Catholic, would have an affair and abandon her family, especially without taking her beloved Gracy with her. As Constable Woodhouse delved deeper into the case, he uncovered more mysteries. According to John, Anna had returned to collect Gracy on Sunday, the 28th of March, and had left the family home in a taxi. A surge of panic swept through Constable Woodhouse as he contacted taxi companies in the Mornington area, but none had any record of a pickup from Prince Street, where the Sharpe family resided. With each lead that turned cold, the case became more complex and confounding. Despite numerous attempts to contact John Sharpe, he remained elusive. Constable Woodhouse had no choice but to compile a case file on Anna and forward it to Detective Sergeant Shane Brundle of the Victoria Police Missing Persons Unit. Detective Sergeant Brundle, along with his team, swiftly descended upon Mornington, ready to unravel the dark mystery of the Sharpe family's disappearance. Their first objective was to question John Sharpe, for he was the one person who might hold the key to finding Anna and Gracy, who had seemingly vanished without a trace. Brundle and his team meticulously took a detailed statement from John, whose words seemed composed and rehearsed. As their investigation continued, they observed John closely, monitoring his actions and interactions. It was a tense waiting game, and they were on the brink of a breakthrough, the gravity of which was impossible to anticipate. A few days later, their vigilance paid off. As they observed John Sharpe, he made a move that would send shockwaves through their ranks. Walking into the bushes near a public toilet in Mornington, he appeared to be in the company of an older man who had not been present in the initial stages of their investigation. The older man remained at a distance. The sight of John picking up a blue plastic carrier bag from the ground was chilling, but the horror was yet to come. As John retrieved an object that appeared to be a credit card and concealed it in the bag, it was an image etched in Detective Sergeant Brundle's mind forever. The bag contained Anna's Visa card, her mobile phone, and her driving license. It was a grim discovery that deepened their suspicions about John's involvement. Their worst fears were crystallizing.
Did you kill your wife, Anna?
I haven't harmed my wife or my daughter. I haven't harmed either of them. Marriage may be over, but I still love you, as you are the mother of our beautiful daughter, Gracy, whom we both adore more than anyone else.
The arrest of John Sharpe was imminent, and he would soon confess to a heinous crime that defied belief. He had not only taken the life of his wife, Anna, but also that of their 20-month-old daughter, Gracy. The Sharpe family home, which had seemed like any other, was now a gruesome crime scene, a house of horrors that would leave a lasting scar on the community and the nation. The shock of John Sharpe's confession rippled through the town, leaving everyone who knew the family traumatized. It was a revelation that plunged the community into collective grief, their shared loss a stark reminder of the horrors that could lurk behind closed doors. The unfolding story of the Sharpe family began to expose the dark details of John's life and the events leading to the murders. While on the surface, they appeared to be a typical family, it became evident that John Sharpe's quiet, reserved demeanor concealed a troubled soul. A haunting past, marred by social problems, unhappiness at school, and a lack of friends, had shaped John's formative years. Despite finding love with Anna and embarking on the journey of marriage and parenthood, John struggled with the responsibilities of family life. Gracy's health issues added to the strain, with her hip dysplasia necessitating a corrective harness and causing distressing sleepless nights. Anna's dedication and love for Gracy were unwavering, but the strain on their marriage was evident. As Gracy's first steps were guided by her mother, John's resentment grew. He felt like a mere spectator in the family he had once hoped to create. The future that had once held so much promise was now weighed down by darkness and despair. One evening, as John and Anna lay in bed, their marriage was marked by a significant and deeply unsettling conversation. John confessed to Anna that he had been sexually abused by his father as a child. This revelation cast a long, foreboding shadow over their relationship, unraveling their connection and shaking Anna's understanding of the man she had married. As Detective Sergeant Brundle delved further into John Sharpe's past, he discovered a troubling history of deception. John had lied about his university education and his career as a draftsman. Despite the facade he had maintained for years, he had never pursued his passion for drawing and had taken on odd jobs as a taxi driver and a bookshop owner. John's lies were not confined to his professional life, they extended into his marriage. In a shocking revelation, he confessed to Anna that he had been unfaithful to her on multiple occasions. The scars of his confessions cut deep into the fabric of their relationship, and Anna's world was further shattered by the revelation of John's serial infidelity. As the days turned into weeks, the investigation led Detective Sergeant Brundle to confront the chilling reality that Anna and Gracie Sharp had become victims of an unthinkable crime. It was the sheer brutality of their deaths that sent shockwaves through the community, and the manner in which John Sharpe had planned and executed the murders defied comprehension. The details of the murder shocked even the most seasoned investigators. On the evening of the 29th of March, John had lured Anna into the master bedroom, under the pretext of reconciling their differences. The room held no ordinary bed, but a waterbed, which would become the gruesome site of their final moments. The accounts from John Sharpe's confession painted a horrifying picture of what transpired in that room. With Anna's back turned, John pounced on her with the ferocity of a predator. He quickly incapacitated her, rendering her powerless against his violence. The weapon he chose was a steel rod from the bed, which he used with chilling efficiency. The cruelty did not end with Anna's demise. In a final act of inhumanity, John used the same rod to kill their precious daughter, Gracy, who had been the light of Anna's life. The room that had witnessed the joys of family life now bore witness to unspeakable evil. After committing these heinous acts, John Sharpe concealed the bodies of Anna and Gracy. The investigation would later reveal that he attempted to dig a grave in the backyard, but the soil was too hard. Unable to bury his victims on their property, he turned to a more sinister plan. Under the cover of darkness, John carried their lifeless bodies to his car, driving them to a remote location. The chilling journey of his deeds had only just begun. As the investigation continued, and the horrifying details emerged, the community of Mornington rallied in the face of an unbearable tragedy. Their grief was deep and profound, a collective anguish that left them grappling with the inconceivable horror of Anna and Gracy's deaths.